What's going on, guys? This is John Zakari, and today I want to talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Not necessarily trying to straight up review the game. I figured it'd be great, as it was great when I was playing it a couple years ago on the Wii U. But rather, is this game worth buying again on the Switch? Now, before you type, pull your hands from the keyboard for a second. I know, okay? Not everyone buying this game on the Switch got it on the Wii U, or even had a Wii U. I'm well aware, so you can feel free to try and sound smart somewhere else. While we can't ignore that group of people, the newcomers, we also can't ignore the people who were around for the Wii U and who did buy this game on the Wii U. Now, it's no secret that I've been pretty hard on this game leading up to release. Not about the game itself, but its full $60 price tag and essentially positioning it as if it was a brand new game. To me, it's just not a trend I want to see, having these re-releases promoted and sold as if they're on the same level of a new game. Because let's be real, at the end of the day, while it's great to have these re-releases, and I understand for the hardcore fan or the newcoming fan, it's great to have them, but what we all really want are new games with new experiences. And I realize this is far from a Nintendo-specific problem. It's actually worse, in my opinion, on other consoles. But to no surprise, the game is still amazing. Plays great, the driving's pretty much perfect. I actually really like the new 2-item system, calling back to Double Dash, as you can store an extra item with the double item boxes, allowing you to get 2 at once, and it kind of adds an extra dimension of strategy as you try to save stuff for the perfect moment. If you're familiar with Mario Kart, the more you're trailing in the race, the better items you get. So you can stock up on some good stuff early on and save it to use as you get closer to the front. Obviously, the major selling point for this game is the portability. The Switch allows the game to always be at your fingertips, and I find it great specifically for completing the Grand Prix. It's nice to just do a race here and there, put the thing in sleep mode, and then pick it back up to do another. Keeps me from getting burnt out as I do stuff like grind out the trophies on different CCs. Now, let's get into the multiplayer, mostly the online. Just as in Mario Kart 8, you've got online racing. Now, for me, this has worked pretty much flawlessly when playing in my region. On the flip side of that, trying to play in worldwide mode has been practically unplayable for me. Now, I will note I usually play with the system wired to my internet with the adapter, as Nintendo still refuses to add an actual Ethernet port to their systems for some dumb reason. And I have heard word that other players have been experiencing some online issues. Online experiences in Nintendo games usually vary in quality, but they always seem to do well with the online in Mario Kart, and again, in my experience, this game is no exception. And while racing against other players online is a ton of fun, to me, the most fun to be had with this version of the game is the new battle mode, specifically battling online. This was marketed as the big new feature for the deluxe version, and man, it did not disappoint. Brand new battle stages that harken back to what we all loved about this mode in the old days, with new match types that can split people up into teams, turn on only bombs as items, and various other rules. So far, I've really enjoyed pretty much all the battle modes, except for the Shine Star one. Seems just a little too chaotic for me, and you're really just kind of going through the motions until you get a chance to pick up the shine. If you're not familiar with this, the way it works is there's one Shine Star on the map, and players battle to hold on to the shine for a total of 20 seconds to win the match. When a player is hit, they drop the shine, and someone else can pick it up. So basically, the game quickly devolves into packs of players just looming around whoever has the shine and just scrambling to pick it up once it drops. Rinse, repeat. In my opinion, it just doesn't have the fun factor equal to other modes. But other than that, I've been having a ton of fun with the battle mode, and it's what I've spent the most time since I've had the game doing. So with some of those housekeeping things out of the way, let's talk about this game again as a re-release. Is it worth buying again? I'd say definitely. Now, that's not just because the game is great, which helps, but also, what are your other options right now? In many cases, this is where I'd go, oh well, If you already played it to death on the Wii U, you might want to hold off until you can get it cheaper and play X new game that's also out right now, or Y game that's about to be released. But Nintendo really has us in a corner right now, don't they, in terms of major releases? There's simply not much to pick from at the moment, and that's not changing anytime soon. Fortunately, I think most people, whether you've played it previously or not, will get a good amount of enjoyment from this game, just based on how great it is, combined with that portability and new battle mode. Now, am I eating my words here about complaining about this being a $60 game? Hell no. $40, I still would argue, is about where the game should have come in at for this re-release. And I continue to thank my lucky stars that I have Best Buy Gamers Club, so the final price I actually paid was closer to that. Oh, but it's got all the DLC from the past game, plus new stuff. Yeah, so do most similar complete or Game of the Year, etc. type editions of games that also typically charge a lower price. Long story short, I'm glad we got this as a stopgap between now and the releases we'll start to see mostly around the summer, but I'm also not going to scream from the rooftops about how awesome it is of the ever-gracious Nintendo to bestow upon us this re-release of Mario Kart 8 at $60 to hold us over until that point. I'm satisfied, not disappointed, but certainly not blown away either. And with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the comments. As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching.